Welcome to HD Nation. I'm Robert Heron.
And I'm Patrick Norton. HD Nation is your guide to the best in HD content and the best in home theater gear, no matter what your budget is. High, low, Blu-ray, online, satellite, cable, over the air. If it is in HD, we like it.
Yes.
So we're not going to talk, we usually talk about hardware news, but it's kind of, this is from the Google will eventually be laser etched on your forebrain department. The Wall Street Journal reports that Google is testing a new search tool built into a tiny, basically, okay, first of all, none of this, Google's not commenting, Dish Network's not commenting, but the Wall Street Journal assures us that Google is testing a search tool built into special Dish Network boxes that are basically in the houses of Google employees. And the idea is you will be able to search the listings on the satellite or whatever, I assume in the future, whatever cable service or whatever you're using, but it also simultaneously searches places like, surprise, YouTube. So you can search for something and it gives you a big fat chunk of results.
Nice. So going beyond just traditional Tribune listings of what's on that night.
The TV guide, as it were.
Video or any video source anywhere on the web, they're indexing and providing that info?
That's what Google likes to do.
Now, it's a rumor, a very early experimental rumor, is that they're using a keyboard and, well, doing the whole Google thing. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how startups like Clicker.com, that's an online video search engine that surveys programming from all over the internet, from episodes of HD Nation, you could say, to searching for Family Guy that actually takes you to legal sources of video.
Right, so it's like the idea that it's an interesting concept, right? There's got to be a business model there. Clicker.com just raised something like $11 million, and you can search for stuff you're interested in, and they point you to legal sources on the internet. From the can't wait until it's right in the disc tray of my Blu-ray player department, it is less than 30 days, people. 30 days. I know you're looking forward to this one until the theatrical editions of The Lord of the Rings, the motion picture trilogy, the motion picture trilobite.
Threesome.
Yeah, the threesome hits the street on Blu-ray. $100 list, $64 on Amazon.com. And the negative reviews of the unreleased box set are still being posted like every half hour. Somebody's like, it's totally wrong, man. They should only be doing the extended edition, man. Personally, I'm looking forward to reintroducing wee Seamus as my 2-year-old son to King Theoden's speech before the Rohirrim charge the orcs that are attacking Minas Tirith.
I hate hobbits. I continue to hate hobbits, and I in no way will be watching any of these 3 movies ever again. Done and done.
No?
I'm over fuzzy-footed hobbits.
Apparently, Seamus and
a movie that should have been 30 minutes long, maybe an after-school special, but not a 3-disc. 10 hours of my life gone.
Watch this and tell me if you aren't inspired by the King's speech.
Arise! Arise, riders of Theoden! Spears shall be shaken! Shields shall be splintered! A sword day! A red day! And the sun rises!
My 2-year-old loves that. You haven't lived until you had a 2-year-old in your living room screaming death and running around the living room.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, Seamus and I are the only Lord of the Rings fans in the room, and the only Lord of the Rings fans that enjoy both the theatrical and the extended editions. I gotta say, what does the HD Nation think? What do you guys think?
I say screw the theatrical and extended edition Hobbits, especially the extended edition Hobbits.
You don't want more Hobbits? No. You don't want to watch like a 5.5 hour...
Not unless it's a remake that has Gandalf just leveling the whole Shire. Just to save everyone a lot of hassle. Maybe force Frodo and his little buddy on the eagle and just let him sail right to the mountain.
They actually didn't really put that part in the... You know how Robert feels. Personally, I've found a few director's cuts and extended editions that I thought, well...
can we make a drinking game out of it, maybe?
Actually, you could be...
That's too much work. I'll pay for that the next day.
That's like a 3.5 hour drinking game.
I'll be really messed up the next day, and I'll be angry at myself for doing it.
It comes in pints. Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm going to waste yet another Hobbit reference on Mr. Heron here. Look, case in point, I almost wept with joy when I found out that 1993's Tombstone, the epic Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer take on Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, it actually looks to be the theatrical edition and not the unbelievably bad director's cut that added in a bunch of scenes that didn't need to be there. So let us know. What do you think about multiple editions of Blu-rays where they give you like the theatrical cut, the director's cut, the unrated director's cut, the unrated director's cut that was licked by a sloth? I mean, do you find it annoying? Do you want the extended editions?
I want the director's unrated cut that he would have submitted before it gets to the rating system, and they go, oh, you got to chop 2 seconds out of this scene because it was too gory or too adult themed or whatever if you want to hit a certain rating. That's where I really am looking. That's why I almost don't go to the theater anymore.
Right.
Or I only go to, when I do rent discs or buy discs, I'm looking for that director's cut and or unrated. The thing the director wanted you to see to begin with. That's really what I'm looking for in my movie selection. Yeah.
I truly believe that this man is actually really just waiting for a restored version of Star Wars where Han shoots first again.
You can't even get the originals anymore. You got to get the upgraded version with the new explosions and stuff, which...
I'm trying to remember if those ever came out on...
They were available for a brief time on
discs.
DVD, and those are collector's items.
What about Laserdiscs?
Maybe.
That's to say, Laserdisc to Blu-ray to... All right, let's
get that. I do have
TiVo.
something to make up for last week, though. A gentleman by the name of Spike wrote in to take me to task for some errors in my TiVo rant last week. Spike says, I'm fine with the less than enthusiastic reception of the TiVo Series 4 news, though I'd say you really should probably wait to get your hands on one. And what? No review of their cool new slider remote with keyboard? But to spend so much time rambling on about the lack of RSS video feed support is just flat wrong. The TiVo Series 3s and Series 2 have had RSS video feed support for about 7 months now. And you can request that any feed be added to the rather extensive list of web videos, and they actually add the stuff. The other issue is that you seem to be saying it was TiVo's fault that ATT's Uverse was not compatible. That's because they're not using cable cards. Theoretically, you could control their cable boxes with the IR emitters from Series 1 or Series 2. But unlike Fios and cable companies, Uverse has gone down a path that simply isn't compatible.
I don't think you've been spanked like that since you were a toddler.
You know what? I deserved it, though. Okay, the slider remote with a keyboard is a slick concept, but there's no firm ETA for it, and there's no price tag either. And I'm thinking it's going to be close to $100 for that nice remote.
Could be even more.
Could be. Although, how many will they sell if it's going to be too expensive? That said, I have a few more things that still irk me about the TiVo Premiere. Number one, no HD menus for current HD TiVos. I'm missing out on that. Even if it's not flash-based, I'd still like an HD menu.
Upgrade and get a new lifetime agreement, lifetime service plan.
I got to buy a new box.
It'd be nice if
That's an expensive upgrade.
If they'd let you actually transfer your lifetime service agreement for like $50 or $100.
They don't offer that.
But it'd be nice if they did.
They won't offer that.
Number two.
No large, supersized storage options. 1 terabyte ain't cutting it nowadays unless I do it myself. There's no integrated video, or no integrated support for Switch Digital Video. And that means that if my cable company decides to upgrade to Switch Digital Video technology, I'm gonna have to add something like a router-sized box to plug into my USB port. There's also no true two-way support, so this new TiVo is still not gonna be able to get my pay-per-view and my on-demand video options. And the new slider remote, like we were just talking about, that's gonna be an optional product that is not bundled with any current DVR. Also, no integrated Wi-Fi, and of the Wi-Fi options that are available for TiVo's HD DVRs, they're only TiVo branded products. You can't just use one you might already have.
What about a bridge?
You can use a bridge if you want, but I'm talking about just a wireless adapter, USB-based that plugs right into it. I wish it had integrated.
I would say you want it built in.
I want it built in. I'm sick of dongles. I really am.
And finally, number 7.
Yes, number 7, you can only record 2 HD shows at once.
Just 2?
Just 2.
Just 2?
Just 2 over the air, or no, you have 2 tuners. They can both do either 2 cable channels or 2 over-the-air channels or a combo of those. But 2 things at once. But to be fair, no branded DVR currently offers a 1.5 terabyte storage option built in, or larger for that matter, although the Moxie 3 HD tuner, 3-tuner HD DVR has a 3-tuner option.
Right, and that's like the only I built it myself cable card, PC-based option that actually will record more than 2 shows at once.
Totally, and that Moxie also doesn't have integrated Wi-Fi or, a keyboard remote or anything like that.
HD Nation.